5 crazy ideas to start the MLB 2020 season. This is the Welcome to the Show podcast. Let's get into it.
And what's up, excuse me, Luis.
We gotta phase that. We gotta phase that name out, man. I don't know, man. It just doesn't feel like me anymore. But yes, my name is Luis. You can follow me on Twitter at @HovaMojo.
And I'm Manny. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at MannyGo3. And also check out our website at WTTSpod.com. And follow the show at WT the show on Instagram and Twitter. We're more active on Instagram, so if you want the real deal, go on Instagram. But let's jump right into it, CT. So today, and I didn't put the clock up, but let's try to keep it to 10 minutes max. Today, before we get to the headlines, I wanted to give you 5. I sat down today and I was thinking, how could we start the show today? And the thing that kept popping up to me is this MLB proposal that's out there, that's floating around. And I started thinking, like, since this year is going to be an aberration, they're going to throw a whole bunch of different stuff out there in Major League Baseball. What are some 5 things that are totally out of left field that baseball should implement to make the games go a little bit quicker and just to test it out and see if we like it? So here they are, CT. These are my ideas. I didn't invent the ideas, but my ideas for 2020. Here's the first one, CT.
Can't wait. Here we go.
Eliminate the home run trot. You hit a home run, you do your bat flip, you just walk right to the dugout. You don't have to trot around the bases.
Nah, I don't like that.
Why not?
I don't know, man. There is some mystical, like, otherworldly feeling when you trot those bases. You trot those bases, you own the diamond for those 20 seconds. I agree that there shouldn't be long trots. Mike Trout plays baseball for Major League Baseball. So I agree that I agree that they shouldn't be long, if that's what you're getting at. But no, man, you run those base paths when you hit a home run, especially a key home run in a baseball game.
All right, like you mean it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
I have
for this one, I actually did a little bit of research. For the other ones, I don't have much research to back it up because it was hard to find. But Saber did a study on this, and the average home run trot, this is like in 2011, is 22 seconds, 22.02 seconds. So for 2019, if we apply that to 2019, when they hit like 6,000 something home runs, that translates to 149,208 seconds, which translates to 41 and a half hours of just home run trotting. So if we eliminate home run trots, you could potentially eliminate almost 2 days worth of hours from the game in total.
You know, Manny, I don't know if you know this, but I played some baseball back in the day, and actually not too long ago, I hit a very key home run in a baseball game. It was one of the greatest moments of my life. It didn't mean anything, but the adrenaline was pumping through my veins or blood, body, whatever, so much that I sprinted around the base paths. And when I got to third is when I realized what had happened. And that's when I started trotting, kind of. If I had just walked back into the dugout, I might have hooked my brother in the face. Like, I might have just punched somebody for the hell of it because of my adrenaline was so high for hitting that home run.
You do your trot to first base because you're waiting for the home run to give you the umpire to give you the old home run sign. But from there, you could just make if you're a home team, you could just make a right and go greet your teammates and high fives. Yeah, holy shit, good shit. What's the point of doing the whole thing? All right. Just an idea. I like the home run trot. Just an idea. Here's idea number 2, and I think you're going to like this one. I actually like this one. Bring back the neighborhood play. So don't make plays. Eliminate the possibility of challenging double plays in which you know for sure that the second baseman or the shortstop received the ball from the other player. They stood around the neighborhood of second base for the double play and threw the ball over to first. Eliminate bring back the neighborhood play for 2 reasons. A, you eliminate the possibility of the replay, so you're saving time that way. And 2, safety, right? You're not seeing guys collide into guys in second base to prevent the throw to being made. The neighborhood play has existed in baseball for as long as I can remember. All of a sudden now they're being challenged because of because it can be challenged essentially. So I'm saying bring it back. What
Yeah.
do you think?
The neighborhood play, that was that ever like banned in baseball? Did they ever take that out of baseball? Because I only came to know of that in high school, and my coach was like from the '70s. Like
Mm-hmm.
that was like his heyday in the coaching field. So he's like, "You never heard about the neighborhood play?" And then he told me about it, and I kind of just forgot that it even existed. So does that still exist today? And it's just like in one of those unwritten rules? Is that actually a rule in the rule book
It's
of Major League Baseball?
So it's not a rule. You technically you must touch second base and then throw the ball to first to get a double play. But historically they've let it go because of how difficult that is to do. Like you're receiving a ball, trying to the footwork involved, slide your feet over second base and then throw it to first while somebody's trying to, knock you down to prevent the double play. So they've allowed it traditionally, but now with instant replay, teams are taking advantage. If you need that runner in second or in first, you want that out eliminated. They're challenging it so that they can get the call reversed. But traditionally, it's been accepted in baseball. Everybody did it. You know what I
I
mean?
guess I guess I'll allow I guess I'm good with that rule in terms of the obvious plays, but not because it's a difficult thing. You as a Major League Baseball player, I think you should be able to transfer, step, slide, throw, all that stuff. You're not expected to evade the runner that's about to take you out. Thank God that's been removed from the sport. Well,
Mm-hmm.
for people who are okay with it, people still like that aggressiveness in baseball. But again, I'm cool with that rule if it's the obvious plays, but not because it's a difficult thing to do.
Okay.
It's
All
my
right.
take.
The third one has been floated around, but from what I see in the proposals, it's not something that's included. 7 inning doubleheaders. If you're gonna do doubleheaders, make them 7 innings. They don't have to be 9 inning games. Thoughts?
Nah, I don't know. I don't know about that.
Shorten the
You,
games.
what are you trying to do to the sport of baseball, Manny?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying try these out. Who knows? We might like it. You know what I mean?
Should we start the counts with 1-1 as well? Is that what you want to do?
All right. You're trying to make me the bad guy here. I'm trying to save the sport. And these are things that I don't necessarily listen. We don't like going for the colonoscopy, right? But we have to do it to find out whether or not we got a polyp, and
Nah, man,
So,
9 innings,
all right,
27 up, 27 down. Give me 9 innings. Avoid double headers altogether. How about that? Don't
okay,
have double headers ever. Figure out
all
a
right.
way to make it work. Play the game at a college field if you have to. I don't know how the money works. I'm not in the business of owning a Major League Baseball team and setting up the schedule, but yeah, double headers suck. I don't think I'm on board. Man, I'm not on board with any of these things. I'm sorry.
Shit. Okay, all right.
Come on,
Uh,
bring it, man.
Rule number 4: implement the mercy rule. Let's start using that mercy rule. If your team is getting blown out after the seventh inning by 10, 15 runs or whatever, just end the game. Game over. Or you could do it even sooner. Maybe if you're leading by 15 by the end of the third inning, game over. Just end the game.
You know, I don't know if you know this, Manny, but I used to play baseball back in the day. And I could honestly tell you that I never played on an organized football team. And I played a little bit of organized basketball as a freshman in high school. And basketball was intense and I didn't have much fun, whatever. I don't remember getting blown out, but in my years of baseball, I've had more experience being on a bad team than on a good team. I'm not saying I'm good, but I'm just saying as a team, we've always usually been bad. So I've been at the end of a lot of blowouts. And I have to say the mercy rule is a blessing because the worst thing is being on a baseball field and your
uh,
pitcher isn't throwing strikes. He can't get an out. There's a ball put in play for you to get an out. We make an error. So we're cooking in the sun now. This is mid-June. We're cooking out in the sun, drenched in sweat, and we can't get back in the dugout. So in that scenario, yeah, I think the mercy rule is a great thing. But as a Major League Baseball team, I think you should be able to eventually stop the bleeding and keep it moving as to where you can finally have a game. So I'm like 50-50 with that rule. I don't know.
And we've seen examples of teams coming back from huge deficits
Yeah.
to win games. But I don't think it happens as often. So I don't know. I think players would like that rule. I think I don't know if fans would so much because
Well,
there's nothing like having a baseball game on a Saturday afternoon. That's another thing. More day games, but that's not one of the things. Um, and you just maybe the game is a blowout, but you still have it on. You pass out on the couch, you take a nice nap, you wake up, you're like, God damn, there's still baseball on the TV. This is a good feeling.
I
Uh,
you know I think that I wouldn't be okay with a mercy rule in the playoffs, so I don't think it's a
No,
rule that I'm
not in
okay
the
with.
playoffs. Not in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Just the regular
So
season. All right,
yeah.
here's the last one. And this one is actually proposed by Justin Turner about a month, maybe 2 months ago. I don't even know what day it is anymore.
Oh yeah, I like this one.
After the 10th inning and extra innings, home run derby.
I'm cool with it, man. I actually think that would be a fun thing to watch. Um,
I would say after the 10th inning, you say, I'm telling you, man, people on Twitter, on the radio, whatever, oh shit, the game is past the 10th inning. The Yankees just selected Aaron Judge to be the participant in the home run derby. The Dodgers selected Cody Bellinger. Everybody would turn on the TV to watch. There's no way in hell that they wouldn't. I know it
yeah,
goes against the whole idea of the game, but I think it would work. I think it would be
I
super entertaining, and I'm down for something like that.
I actually think that's a pretty cool idea that I'd be on board with. I might want to do the 12th inning and not the 10th inning. The 10th inning is right after the ninth inning, so it's like
So
you're
give
not even giving a chance for the thing to play out.
so,
And as
so
far as
give them
people
like a third of a game of an extra game, 12th inning.
a three inning game, yeah,
Okay.
that's a pretty good bargain there. And for people that wouldn't like it, I mean, can we just get over it? The balls are juiced,
And look at
you know.
hockey, man. I used to watch the Rangers a good amount. I haven't in the last few years, and people didn't like the shootout rule. I didn't like it so much either. But I'm not gonna lie, man. It made it entertaining as hell. And
I wouldn't know too
at the
much.
end of the day, the one thing that we should realize after the coronavirus outbreak is that sports is entertainment, and that's the goal of it, to entertain us. And I don't know. I would be super stoked. I would for sure tune into Cincinnati Reds versus what's like another boring team versus the Kansas City Royals and extras because it's home run derby. It's time to go to the home run derby. You do 10 pitches. Whoever has the most home runs after 10 pitches or whatever wins, and that's it.
Yeah, agreed.
Wow, CT, we agreed on the last one, and we for sure went over the 10-minute limit. But you know what? Fuck it. It happens. Happens to the best of us.
No timer today.
Let's move on to les headlines.
You
So,
got this one.
at some point, we'll figure this out. I have basically two headlines. The first one is what's going on here, guys? CC Sabathia retires after a 20-year career, and he looks like this now. Like, why couldn't he look like this during the season? Right?
Well,
Anyone?
did he look like this across the scene? Because I'm telling you right now, like it's not easy to put on muscle. So CC's either on some juice or he looked like this the whole time because it's not that easy to put on
Or you think he
muscle.
had a
Trust
fat
me.
suit? You think he had a fat suit under the baseball
Well, I
uniform?
mean, he wore a baggy jersey. So could we really tell the striations, that we can see here?
I don't know, man. And he looks just like Kimbo Slice to me, man. So I had to put that picture up there
That guy is 6'7", man. He should come back as a first baseman.
for sure. The other highlight I have is that some details came out about the MLB proposal per Jeff Passan. What the owners have proposed to players today. I haven't really heard. I thought that by now we'd know what the players' take was on it, but I haven't heard anything yet. But this is what the owners are expected to propose or should have proposed to the players today. A 50-50 split of revenue for the 2020 season. Again, I'm not really sure what that means, but there was another piece that came out today saying that that's a non-starter for the players. They're not for that. I seriously, man, this shit is going to turn ugly, and I hope it doesn't. The other thing is an 82 game schedule instead of a standard 162 game schedule. That's understandable. A mid-June spring training 2.0 and opening day the date that's being floated around is July 4th for its symbolism and, I guess for logistics too. I think that would be awesome for us to see some baseball on July 4th. 14 team postseason rather than 10, so they want to expand the postseason. Universal DH, games against only divisional and regional opponents. So the restructuring of the divisions, like we talked about before, there'll be a West team, a Central team, a North team, a South team, and you only play the teams within your division and interleague for the other. NL East teams can face AL East teams, and AL East teams face only AL East teams. Make sense?
Yeah.
Expanded rosters from 26 to 30 with a 20-man taxi squad of minor league players and prospects, and no fans in the stadiums to begin the season. I think these are all fair proposals. The only thing that I think players are going to bark at is that 50-50 split revenue, which I'll continue to repeat. I'm not really sure what that looks like. I don't understand what that means necessarily. Does that mean that the owners open up their books and they say, 50-50 literally? Then how do you divide that between the players? Like, you know what I mean? I'm not sure exactly what that means. So but I think
Yeah.
that's going to be what's going to be the argument's going to be that the players want prorated salaries, the owners want 50-50.
Yeah, Mark Teixeira had an interesting comment about that. He said players need to understand that if they turn this deal down and shut the sport down, that they're not going to make a cent. I would rather make pennies on the dollar and give hope to people and play baseball than not make anything and lose an entire year off of their career.
Can I say something about Mark Teixeira really quick?
Yes.
And I agree with what he just said there. And I love you, Tex. Thank you for 2009. Thank you for your 10 years of service as a New York Yankee first baseman, or 9 years, however long you played here. But shut the fuck up, dude. You know that if you were a player, you wouldn't be saying this kind of shit. Like,
And the thing is, you are a player. Side with the players. Like people always look to point the fingers at the players. First of all, Mark Teixeira, he used to bat like this with his face like. Do you remember?
Yeah.
I
just remember his running. His running was. I used to feel good about running after watching Mark Teixeira run around the bases.
Jesus, man, that guy. I mean, he's every headline that he's made since he retired has either been about speaking about another player like Cano, A-Rod, all these things, and this. Like, I mean, I don't think he's a bad guy.
No, I don't either. He's full of shit here, though. Like, you just know that he wouldn't be for this if he was a player. And this is coming from someone who's begging players on this podcast, this stream, whoever, Michael Jordan, if you're listening, which I know you are from yesterday's. If you haven't seen that episode, go check that out, by the way.
He's a big fan of the show.
Big fan of the show. You just know that I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, man. This beer, Twisted Monkey by Victory, not a sponsor. Hopefully they will be soon. Is getting to my head, but it's just like, come on, like please, dude. He sounds like a goody two shoes. Like he's trying to win people over, but he just looks like he's full of shit. And I just want him to shut up.
Yeah, man. And lastly, from on my end, there was a headline today that came out. The MBPA was polling players on whether or not they wanted to come back. It turns out that is false. They are not polling players. And as a matter of fact, LeBron, CP3, Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant, Giannis, they had to list everybody in this thing, said that they want the season to resume.
Yeah,
and man. Those guys run the league. So NBA is going to come back like it never left. Football will come back, won't take a hit. Baseball, once again, somehow you'll fuck this up. That's right, YouTube. This video is not made for kids because I said that baseball will fuck this up.
Truth. And as far as fans, I know that a big issue with sports returning to America is fans being allowed into stadiums, because that's how a lot of owners, I think it's like 40% of revenue they're saying on average, comes from fans in the stadium. Then these owners, these billionaire owners, I'm sorry to get political real quick, CT, but these billionaire owners have to get in the ear of the government and say, like, we have to do something about testing, because it doesn't look good that you have other countries around the world. Now we're hearing that Japan is going to start baseball sometime in June, ramping things up because their testing is on point, and they have these systems put in place where people can go out into the public and resume life as normal as possible. And we can't do that here yet. Like, yes, things are opening up here, but we're not taking the same measures that these other countries are taking. We just aren't. That's the fact of the matter. And the result is going to be another outbreak. And we're going to have to shut down again. It's not sustainable. So
it's inevitable.
Owners, if you want your fans in the seats, use your money, because that's what works in American politics. Let's be real, and start fucking talking to these politicians out there that aren't doing what's best for us right now. And that's my political comments of the day. CT.
And I think that's not a bad spot to end it either, man.
That's not a bad spot to end it. You're right. Follow our show at W2 The Show. Go to WTTSpod.com. Like, comment, subscribe, please. Pretty please, with the cherry on top.
Yes.
Can't find that thing where I click the button and it tells me to subscribe.
I think it's I don't think it's there, man. I think you did not bring that in.
Whoopsie daisy. But
all right,
you know what it looks like.
But if you're watching this on YouTube, all you gotta do is literally go down and click that red subscribe button.
Literally. All right. Peace out. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Take care.